What a beautiful summer record. This is a laid back, chill, great summer record that should have been a bigger hit. Billboard's Hot 100 of September 9th, October 9th, 1976. God, I love this record. It's okay, at number 94, The Attitudes with Sweet Summer Music. Sweet Summer Music, got a little bit of that sweet soul music in there too. This song is a lot, remember the song Summer by War back in the summer of '76. You can also compare this song, Sweet Summer Music by Attitudes. You can compare this song to War's, what was that song? All Day Music back in the summer of '71. God, lovely record. Now, it consisted of three of them were session musicians. Well, here's the breakdown. Keyboard player David Foster in this band. David Foster, God, mammoth producer, songwriter, wrote the score to St. Elmo's Fire. He produced She's a Beauty by the Tubes. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm just going over the generics, just the tip of the iceberg. And got guitarist Danny Korshmer. I'll get into that in just a minute. Bass guitarist Paul Stallworth and drummer Jim Kiltner. These were session musicians. They met together. They played on George Harrison's Extra Texture, Read All About It. That album yielded the song You by George Harrison late summer, back in the summer, maybe fall of 1975. Well, those session musicians, well, those four guys, they met. They were session musicians. They met when they were helping George Harrison, when they were playing on that George Harrison album. Danny Korshmer, oh God, he played on Sweet Baby James. In session, he and the man session guitarist. He played on Sweet Baby James by James Taylor. With James Taylor. Well, I'm too excited. Bear with me. He played on the album Sweet Baby James by James Taylor. He played on that album. He played with Carole King. And there was something else. Oh, God, I didn't know this. Kushmer, he wrote a song called Honey, Don't Leave L.A. Don't You Leave L.A. It was the Attitudes covered that song. It was on the album by the Attitudes. But James Taylor covered that song on his album, one of his albums in 1977-78. Minor hit for James Taylor, written by Danny Korshmer, guitarist. So you got these four guys who met when they were playing sessions for George Harrison's Extra Texture, Read All About It. Oh God, I gotta talk about Jim Kiltner. Did a little research on Jim Kiltner. Session drummer in the man. He played. If this source verifies, he played on She's Just My Style by Gary Lewis and the Playboys back in 1965, around the fall of 65. Remember that drum roll and She's Just My Style? Dun, 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 dun. That was probably Jim Kiltner. And he's in this band, The Attitudes. This is just, God, this is awesome. And you remember the video to this song by George Harrison. He played the judge in that video, Jim Kiltner did. You see how all this comes together? Like a dime store novel, I guess. And now the Attitudes, they released about 2 or 3 albums. Let me go to that website real quick. They released about 2 albums. Honey, Don't Leave L.A. They put that as a single in '75 in Sweet Summer Music. Gosh, dog it. Gotta listen to this record. Tell me what you think about it. Now, it's not a top 10. Not necessarily a top 10. It's maybe a little too laid back. But man, this is something you slide into a hot or medium rotation on a top 40 station and say, man, this is a great chill record. Sling me some more of that. Well, anyway, it peaked at number 94. That's it. And it stayed at 94. It was on Billboard's Hot 100 for only 6 weeks. Sweet Summer Music by The Attitudes.